Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my little workshop. I know it's been a while, it's been probably a couple of weeks at least, but as you can see, the garage is, I'm tripping over everything. The garage is unworkable at the moment. I got just so much stuff in here. Part of it is a good friend of mine, part of it's me, you know. Sometimes it just goes like this. I need to work through it. I need to make a dent, you know, make this space a workable space yet again, because for the last couple of weeks I wasn't able to do anything over here. But that's sometimes how it goes, right? You know, sometimes life gives you lemons, right? So you need to make the most of it. Well, anyway, that's not about it today. Today is about drinking rum. We got the Kraken rum, by the way, guys. Cheers. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Christmas time, so we might as well enjoy a little bit of rum. Thank you very much. Cheers. And while drinking rum, I'm gonna answer all your questions. Welcome to part 2 from my Q&A. I got all the questions, well, most of it anyway. Let's do this. Right, so thank you very much, guys, for your questions. I got 4.5 pages of questions from you guys. I will try to run through them as quickly as I can. I will try to keep this video as short as I possibly can. Nobody is enjoying watching hour-and-a-half longer video, and if I start answering all the questions in great detail, the video could easily run over 90 minutes, and we don't want that. I'll try to be very bullet points, keep it very short and to the point, and have an occasional shot of rum in between. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this. No particular order in these questions, let's just take them as they came in. So I'm going to scroll back to page number 1 and we take it from there. But before we do that, let's have a shot of rum, shall we? Cheers, Merry Christmas. Boom. That's a good one. Right, let's do that. Right, first question. Static iron head. I have a question. I tried to do my own flaming eagle after I watched you do it. Yours turned out glorious. Mine looked like a bird that had been run over, then set on fire, and then run over again. So I guess my question is, when is the airbrush tutorials from you going to start? I have been waiting so patiently. That's a very good question, friend, and a very good point. I promise you all tutorials about airbrushing, very much like the series I've done about pinstriping, and they are coming. I just need to find some time to actually record them, prepare them, edit them and all that. As you can see, as I mentioned before, I'm overloaded with projects and things to paint and some other things I need to sort out first. So I just guess it's a matter of time. It's a question of time. I need to find some time to do it, but I promise you, True Fire tutorials are coming, airbrushing tutorials are coming. Maybe not so much of a tutorials, but explaining you what I do, you know, how I do it, and that kind of thing. It's not really, you know, a proper tutorial on things, but I'll explain you with great detail that's how I do it and what did I do to do what I do. Basically, my way of looking at it. When I'm hoping a matter of 6 weeks I can clear everything up and I can move all the projects that people has been waiting for, because people are waiting for motorbike parts and helmets to be painted and all that. So I need to clear this out of the way first. I'm guessing a matter of 6 weeks and we should be back on track, and then hopefully the tutorials will start. If I find some time in between that or even before that, just to throw occasional, you know, one single simple video, I will definitely do it. So yes, tutorials on airbrushing and True Fire are definitely coming. And that goes for a shot, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. Cheers. Lovely. Right, next question. Right, question number 2. Let me cross this off. Boom. Andy Thorne. Hey Andy. Andy's asking, can you recommend a starter kit with airbrush, compressor and paint for someone on a budget? That is a very good question, Andy, and a very common as well. I would like to discuss it more in great detail when we actually start the tutorials, because it's a massive subject. It really is. But what I would say, just quickly, On a budget, when you trying to start your airbrushing, you will quickly realize, if you're into it, that if you buy a really cheap airbrush, you will be very limited by the ability of that airbrush. So I wouldn't go, you know, buying £20 Chinese airbrush, you know, because that's just not going to get you anywhere. But you don't need Iwata, you know, for £500. Definitely not. Depends what your budget is. I'm using budget airbrushes, and they're brilliant in my eyes, and they don't break a bank. You know, you can buy a really decent quality airbrush for about £100. You need a compressor. Depends on the environment where you are. I'm lucky I'm in the garage, I can make noise, so I don't need a silent compressor. Mine is about, I think, 75 liters of compressed air or something like that. I can't remember from the top of my head, but it's a quite noisy bastard, you know. So I load it up, it makes some noise, nobody is bothered about it, and then it just quiets down for another half an hour until it needs to pump up again. So that's what I'm using. And when it comes to paint, you can buy a set of paint for about £30–35, basic 6 colors, you know, black and white and a few other colors, and a reducer with like little samples, and I'll give more than enough to keep you started, to keep you going. I recommend water-based paint if you're first starting, definitely water-based. The Auto Air, Createx colors, Wicked colors, they are a fantastic range of colors. That's the only thing I'm using, apart from the Truefire range. That's a different story. But yeah, on the budget, I reckon if you want to start airbrushing, you're looking at £250 maybe, and you got decent quality kit that will take you a long way. So I hope that helps, but as I said, we can discuss this in a greater detail later on. Right, another question. Ian M. Hey Ian. Ian asking, can you make a video of the pictures of your girlfriends? Presumably you mean my ex-girlfriends on the wall, yeah? Yes, I can, but no, I'm not going to, because YouTube police will take my channel down. Yeah, but thanks for the question, man. Moving on. Right, moving on, another question. Another question is from Dan the Cat. Hey Dan. Dan is asking, do you recommend a drink to loosen up before painting, or am I an alcoholic looking for excuse for my small bourbon intake before, during and after hitting the brushes? Nobody's an alcoholic until they've proven they're alcoholics by their wives or girlfriends. Remember that, boys. I drink because I like to drink. I drink when I paint, yes. Do I drink before to loosen me up? I don't know. I don't think so. I never thought about it this way. I just like I like a drink. Cheers. Yeah, that's much better. So yeah, do I recommend you drinking before you want to paint? If that's what you want to do, man, fuck yeah, I recommend to drink before you want to paint. And during and after, yes, yes, and yes, tick. Yeah, good stuff. Moving on. Right, another question is from TNT Cycles PDX. How's Giraffe doing? He's I haven't heard from him actually for quite some time. That's a good question. I thought you said he will be back for a visit. Yeah, I need to get in touch with Mr. Giraffe. I don't know what he's doing right now. He moved out. He was living here on my motorcycle before I started building that. And then he moved out with his girlfriend. That's friends for you, hey? No, doesn't keep in touch, does he? Well, I'll get back in touch with him and I'll let you guys know. On a slightly more serious note, have you ever built a chopper hardtail? I could picture you rolling on a tray of hardtail. Have a great Christmas, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. You have a good Christmas yourself, all of you guys. Have I ever built a hardtail? No, because, well, I don't build frames. Building a frame is something that is very serious, and you need to be super fucking good at it. You need to be a professional to build a frame. You need to be straight and you need to be strong, and somebody that know what to do need to build a frame. So I don't build my own frames. I build my subframe, but that's, you know, a completely different story. Have I ever built a hardtail chopper? No, not for that reason. There was no opportunity really for that. I would love to. I was very close to hardtailing one of my bikes, but that didn't happen, which is probably a good thing. I have built a chopper before. I had my Spitfire chop, if you remember. It's on my previous YouTube videos. You can scroll back. The Spitfire chopper and the previous version of that, I think that was a kind of a chopper boba kind of style, but it wasn't a hardtail. It was very hard on suspension, and it was a GSXR engine, but it wasn't a hardtail yet, no. But watch this space, you know. May pay somebody actually to build a frame for me, a specific frame for my design, and then we can think about doing a proper hardtail build, maybe of a Triumph, I don't know. That would be definitely good fun, like an old school skinny, you know, Frisco style chopper. Definitely want to do something like that at some point. But then again, it's all involves time and money, which both I'm very short of. But yeah, hardtail chopper would be definitely good fun. Next question, Maiden Biker. Hello buddy, how you doing? Right, hi Maki, my question is, how long or when did you start pinstriping, airbrushing, and would you do a video on how to start out? Cheers. Rock hard, my man. Let me start from the second part of the question. Would I do a video? Yes, I've done a video on pinstriping. I did a whole series of pinstriping tutorials, a separate playlist on my channel, so you can go and rewatch all the videos you want. I will do a video on airbrushing as well. As I mentioned before, all the tutorials will be coming very shortly. And how long or where did I start at pinstriping and airbrushing? Well, pinstriping I've been probably doing for about 6, maybe 7 years, something like this. But it took me good 2 years before I kind of stopped doing it just for myself. I was confident enough after 2 years, maybe even more than that, of hard practicing before I can actually sell my work or charge somebody money to do it on their vehicle, on their crash helmet, whatever, something like this. Airbrushing I started not long after I started pinstriping. Not long, probably 2 years after, so I've been airbrushing for about 4, maybe 5 years, something like that. And again, it took me a while, nearly a year, over a year of practicing here in the garage and on my own stuff before I was confident enough to start charging money for it, you know, to start practicing on somebody's equipment, somebody's vehicles. So yeah, it's about in general about 6 years. I've been doing pinstriping and airbrushing for about 6 years, more or less. I hope that answers the questions, and it's time for a shot of rum. Gotta finish the bottle before the end of the video. Well, that's the plan anyway, see what happens. Cheers, thank you very much. God damn it, that is good. Right, moving on. Right, now the question is from Evo KBG. Hey Evo KBG, how's it going, man? So his question is, hey man, what bass do you play, brand, model, etc. And what other gear, amps, cabs, pedals and so on? What kind of music do you play? Show us a video or two of your band. Cheers from Bulgaria. Evo, thank you very much. Okay, so the video of my band, I mean me and my friend Ryan, we uploaded a video probably 2-3 months ago. It was just 2 of us at the moment because we're still currently looking for a drummer. But you can scroll back and type in New Illusion. The song title is Catch the Rain, so we're playing over there. They can hear us playing. That's the latest stuff I've got. And then you scroll back all the way back to the beginning of my channel, like 2012. I think that's my previous band, old band, that's no longer existing, sadly. And there's some live footage from there. It's not exactly great footage, but it's something going on there. Now when it comes to gear, my bass, okay, so I've got a Gibson Thunderbird, the Black Edition. I've got Chevelle, the early 90s model. I got Jackson Professional, that's late 80s model. That's Kipwing, a signature model. That's the other bass I really like. And my latest pride and joy, I got it over a year ago. It's Fender Professional, Fender Precision bass, American standard, USA built, and that is an absolute workhorse. I love this sound of this bass. It's absolutely incredible. Other equipment, I play on hardkey amplifiers and hardkey cabinets. I got 1000 watt amp head basically with a HX speakers, and that's about it. I've got one Jim Dunlop XMR distortion pedal, hardly using that. There's a DI box as well. other than that, I'm going straight pretty much to my bass head. I don't use many pedals or effects. But yeah, at the moment my weapon of choice is the Fender Professional, Fender Precision. I'm sorry, Fender Precision and hardkey equipment. Very good quality equipment, I think, and I've been happy with it for probably 7 or 8 years right now. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Hope that helps, man. Thank you very much. Right, and now the question. Roy Webb. Hey Roy, how's it going, buddy? I've got a good one for you. Will Slick 50 oil treatment or STP oil treatment hurt a motorcycle engine? And how are you doing, mate? I hope good. Well, to answer your question, I have absolutely no idea. And how am I doing? I'm doing just fine. In fact, I'm getting better and better by the minute. I'm guessing that question was a joke. Well, it's probably not a joke. It's a very serious question. But I mentioned, don't ask me anything technical about in-depth engines and all that shit, because my brain is not big enough for that. So I guess Roy picked up on this, and I'm glad you did, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Bye. I'm liking that. Right, moving on. Thanks, Roy, for your question. I loved it. Right, next question is from Rockabilly Performance RC. What made you start pinstriping, painting and pinstriping, and what part do you enjoy the most? That is actually very good story with that as well. One of the first bikes I was building, it was a custom chopper as well. It was years ago, and it was all black and everything, and I wanted to do some pinstriping around it. So I went on. Well, I didn't want to do it at the time. I wasn't pinstriping. I just knew it exists, and I wanted to have some on this bike I was building. So I went around internet, and there was nobody locally that was doing any pinstriping. The first guy was somewhere ridiculous, like 200 miles away or something like this. So for him just to come to do that, it would be more money in petrol than it's worth, doing on the bike. So. Because I've always been kind of into doing some art things and shit, then I kind of got online, ordered a couple of brushes and some paint and started practicing, and I quickly realized how fucking difficult that was. But yeah, after like a few months of practicing, I thought it was amazing, and I actually pinstriped that bike, which looking back now was really fucking shit. But yeah, that would make me started. I mean, it kind of stuck, because I really enjoyed doing that, and yeah, that's what it was. Just bought myself a brush. Remember, there was white and red paint and some thinners, and I was just striping everything. And I've done this bike, and that's what got me started, and it's stuck ever since. Which I'm glad it did, because I'm really enjoying right now. And the part I enjoy the most, it's the customer when he sees the finished product. And you had a sample over here, the reaction, whether that's airbrushing or pinstriping, and they see the finished product and they really like it. You cannot buy the expression on the face, you always like to stand on the side, don't say anything, and you just watch it. I enjoy that a lot. So yeah, hope that helps, man. That's exactly how I got started. Right, moving on. Another question, Les Sheldon, right? Hi Mikey, my question is, if you didn't do your own pinstriping or painting, would you consider having hydrographic water transfer on a bike or anything else? Also, what is your opinion on hydrographics? Cheers. Probably not. I wouldn't consider hydrographic transfers on my bike, simply because don't really like that. I mean, I don't know enough about it. I know technology is amazing, and it's definitely got its space, and its purpose. But I don't think, in my personal opinion, it's for the bikes. It just looks very generic and very. It's too perfect in a way. You might as well have a sticker or have a wrap vinyl kind of painted around it. I don't know. It kind of takes away the artistic bit of it. Technology today is mind-blowing, it really is, but I don't really I'm talking personally. My personal bike, for example, this Virago over here that I'm building, the Cafe Racer, I wouldn't have it hydro dipped. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right for me. It just looks too perfect around for whatever it is. Takes away the artistic freedom a little bit. It's got a space, it's got a purpose. Definitely it's got a purpose for different items. very intricate, complicated designs. You know, you need to wrap around, you know, very intricate parts, whatever that is, but not on the bike. So that's my kind of personal opinion. Again, I don't know much about it. I don't want to knock it down. Definitely, it's an amazing process. But would I have it on my bike? I don't think so. No. No. I'm gonna have a shot. Good thing I'm not driving today, hey? Cheers. I'm enjoying this too much. Right, next question. That's a long one. So focus. Blast from the Saddle. Hey buddy, how's it going? Okay, cool. I have a question on airbrushing motorcycle tanks. In your experience, is it safe to use a 2K clear coat over the following? First, full coat of well-prepared factory finish. 1K spray max, I don't know what that is. High quality rattle can nitrocellulose lacquer. Second application is airbrush work done with Createx Wicked Detail. Water-based over prepared surface. Third step before final clear is an intercoat of Createx 4030 water-based, polyurethane additive balancing clear. Yes, correct. For the whole piece to isolate coatings and eliminate solvent lifting of the lacquer base, and then the 2K clear coat is applied. I'm assuming that's a solvent-based clear coat. My reason says it should work fine, but there's nothing like experience. Right. First of all the Createx Wicked Detail and Autoborn Createx Wicked colors, they all compatible, you know, with each other. They all made by, I believe, pretty much same people, and they completely compatible with each other. So there's no reactions over there when you're doing the airbrushing work. You can come back, you can use this one, you can mix them with each other, and they absolutely working fine. I don't really know the chemical process for the nitrocellulose lacquer, and I don't know what spray max is. But by the rule of thumb, you know, if you don't overload these fucking layers, you know, on top of each other, the 2K clear coat should be really compatible with anything on top of that. There are obviously exceptions. You shouldn't spray that over certain things. I can't remember from the top of my head what they are, but they obviously are exceptions. But from what I understand, because it's kind of long question, you got a fully prepared surface on this petrol tank. You want to just sand it down, prepare it for paint, and then load it up with a with your colors, with your airbrushing artwork, and that should be absolutely fully compatible with each other if you're using the same manufacturers. And then obviously on top of that 2K clear coat. From my understanding, it should be working absolutely fine. Obviously there are rules, you know, you need to follow, but I don't see any problem at this stage with this. I'm not quite sure why you want to do a lacquer in between the factory finish and your artwork, but maybe you got reasons for it. Try to keep the components, you know, from the same family, and you should be fine. I hope that helps a little bit. If you do have any more questions, more detailed questions, then drop me a private message and I'll see if I can look into that for you. Wow, that was a long one. Call for a shot of rum. Yeah, baby. Well, there we go. Happy Christmas. Cheers. Oh yeah. One more shot to seal the deal. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.